Do you ever feel like you're just reading off a screen if you're using a teleprompter and it doesn't look natural? Believe me, I've been there. And I have a simple fix that completely changed my creative video with a teleprompter game. Let me share the tip that has saved me hours of frustration and editing and made my content look a little bit more polished and authentic. Let's rewind a bit to mid-2020, right when the world was like going into lockdown. We all remember where we were, March 2020. I decided at that time to kind of dive into video content creation and thought a teleprompter would be the best way to go because I was doing a lot of educational content. So that's the context. It's 2020. I got myself the TMP1 teleprompter, this one right here, And I used my iPad for the scripts, for the reflection. It was clunky. Loading the iPad into the gear every time was a real problem, but worse than that, my eyes were clearly going left to right and it didn't look natural. So I tried it many times, but I really couldn't get it to work. And eventually I gave up and started doing everything without a teleprompter. And while it worked, there was a lot of time-consuming editing, a lot of retakes, multiple hours of things, and it just honestly was frustrating. And as the pandemic opened up, I stopped making so much video. So fast forward a few years, I still wanted to make more content, but without the hassle. And I know that a teleprompter should work because it's worked for, people in the movies and on broadcasting for a long time. I'm going to figure out how to get it to work. So I went online to try to find if there's new teleprompters, and there is, and I can give you some tips. But the one thing I found on someone's YouTube, I wish I knew what it was to give him credit, was to narrow the margins on your teleprompter script reflection to something small so your eyes aren't shifting left to right, making it super unnatural to kind of go left to right, to narrow it, to make it this small. And I can tell you that one simple tip has changed my teleprompter game, and using a teleprompter is now my preferred way to make any kind of content that is longer length, especially educational content, because I can spend time on making sure it's the right content, put it in my teleprompter, and really get a quality product. So if you've been avoiding teleprompters because of the reading look, well, try narrowing the margins, right? Narrowing the margins on your teleprompter software, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like here. And know that creating content is really key to building your brand.